Mujeres Brew House in beautiful Barrio Logan. We're located at 1983 Julian Avenue. If you want to have an authentic San Diego experience, if you want to understand what a Latina-led craft brewery feels and tastes like, then make sure to make us a stop on your trip. We have a gigantic beer garden, and it is going to be one of the highlights of your trip.
Today, my guest is Mr. David Favela of Mujeres Brew House in Barrio Logan, San Diego. Thank you for coming on the show. Give me the story, how this all happened. I know you had a brew house before.
Yeah.
And now we're here. And I'm actually outside. You have quite an event happening. A lot of people out there enjoying the sun and the music. I guess you have music tonight as well.
Yeah, we'll have a live band.
So tell us, is that a regular occurrence? I mean, are you doing
Absolutely.
that? Okay. What type of bands tonight?
It's a group out of Arizona. I think it's called Amor y Sangre. It's kind of a flamenco Latino duo, a woman and her husband who does the guitar.
Okay.
And it just is a really great contemporary expression of what it means to be Latino.
Right. Okay. And well, I have an expression for being Latino as well. So
yeah,
I have my own version. So look, brother, I started this podcast because I love food. I love food, love drink. In fact, I was working at Total Wine for a minute, about this long. And I really got to start drinking beer. I never was a beer drinker. I drink the normal ones like Corona and all that stuff. But I never was a craft beer guy. And, I've always had somewhat of a palate, or at least an opinion. That's probably the better. I've had an opinion about what I like. And I've come to like hazies. I've come to like... I've always liked the IPA. Back in the day, I used to love a thing called Anchor Steam. It was kind of an amber. I really love that beer.
That's the OG craft
That's the
beer.
old, yeah. But I don't know if you remember. Well, in LA, there's a place called Houston's, and it's a really nice place. It still exists in Irvine and Pasadena. But I remember going there, and I'd never had this kind of beer, that golden amber color. It just is so attractive. And then when I tasted it, I was like, oh. And they have one like that now. In fact, I was up in Seattle a while back at the Space Needle, and they have one like that as well. It's so delicious. But I've come to like beer of all different kinds, and I'm looking forward to trying some of them tonight. But so let's get into it. Tell me, how we get here?
Yeah, it's been a very interesting journey we've been on. Like you, we weren't big. I wasn't big into craft beer, and and I'm talking about 2012, 2013. I've had it here and there, but just, never caught on with me. And then my nephews started making their own craft beer, bringing it to house parties. And the thing was, I was amazed at the beer that they were making. It was full of flavor. It was fresh. I mean, I used to joke that it felt almost like a probiotic, it almost felt healthy to be drinking this beer, because I had grown up with Coors and Miller and all these kind of mass market beers that honestly weren't doing anything for anybody.
Those big factory lager.
Yes. So I didn't understand the craft beer movement, but once my nephews turned me on to the home brews that they were making, they would bring them to family parties, and I was just amazed. Like, the IPAs were so full of flavor. Even my mother, my nephew's grandmother, wanted to drink that beer. I mean, that's how good it was, and how having great quality ingredients can just totally change an experience. And that's how we started. That's my nephews were the ones who were home brewers, and they turned us on to craft beer. And then we decided to start our own brewery back in 2013, and that was Border X Brewing.
Okay, and did you bring some of those beers over here?
We did, but the story of Mujeres Brew House actually came out of the Border X experience. So the Border X experience was our recognition that Latinos had our own palate. We wanted to be served in the way that kind of we wanted to be treated. And so when we created Border X Brewing, we started first with beers. We had our first beer, which was Jamaica-inspired craft beer. It was bright red, delicious, used Jamaica flowers, just like your abuelita would make a Jamaica agua, but we made a Saison out of it, and it blew people's minds. Like, they were like, whoa.
Really? And you have some of that in here now?
Unfortunately, we don't. It's those were Border X beers.
I got you.
But it's just an example of how we could look to our own culture to bring new flavors and new traditions and new techniques into the mix. And we just kept exploring it. We did an horchata, which people loved. We did an abuelita's chocolate using Mexican chocolate, which is not as sweet. People love that. And our big home run, Pepino Sour, a cucumber, key lime, sour beer, Berliner Weiss. And that just connected with our Latino demographic, blew their minds.
I'd like you, and you don't have that here.
I have a secret.
You have something like that?
I have Reserva del Patron that I can give you a taste
I
so that you can
that.
try it out.
Yeah, that is it's a very interesting concept that, you're appealing directly to the Latino market.
Yeah.
Rather than having the Budweiser, the Corona.
No, we were Mavericks. In fact, when we first started, we refused to make an IPA. Probably for the first 3 years, it was all about Mexican-inspired craft beers. And people think, oh, that's no big deal. No, we lost customers. We lost what I call the beer bros, who are, just love the IPAs and just going from one brewery to the next. They would walk in and ask, hey, where's your IPA? We're like, we don't have one. And they'd walk out. But what did work is Latinos loved it. Like, they were like, wait, what? You made an abuelita's chocolate stout? Oh, or I got to try this. Or you made a pepino? Like, people would come and do our taster flight and just lose their minds. They're like, I can't believe you've made these beers.
They sound really good. I mean, I'm thinking they to pair them with food would probably be outstanding.
That's the whole thing, is we took a culinary approach to our craft beers because Latinos love to eat and we love to pair craft beer. In fact, the biggest recognition we got was we were nominated for top producer by James Beard Foundation.
Really?
Yes.
Well, okay.
We were the only brewery or wine or liquor establishment on the West Coast. Back in 2020, we were semifinalists. We were going to go to Chicago. We were going to be, part of that competition.
That's incredible. Because I went to culinary school. So I was, at one point, I was very in the know. You can go ahead and take it off if you'd like. I was very much in the know of the James Beard. I followed that. So that's pretty great, man. I mean, that's really heavy-duty stuff.
You know what's funny, though, is when I first found out I got nominated, someone told me, I didn't get an email or whatever.
Yeah.
They said, David, you're on the list. I was like, what? James Beard? And, funny enough, I felt like I wasn't worthy. Like, there's so many great breweries in town. Why me? But I think over time I started to realize is because we had the guts to do something different. Yeah. When everyone was going one way, we said, we're going to do this our way. And I think James Beard was saying, you know what? Here's a nod. We recognize your contribution to the culinary scene. Good job.
That's fantastic. Now I'm dying to try them. So, okay. So it's your wife.
Yes.
Carmen.
Yes.
Yes. And the concept of the place is like it's community. It's bringing people together. It's tell me more about that concept. How did
the business model got dialed in when we opened up our brewery in Barrio Logan. We fully embraced not only Latino-inspired craft beer, but we really wanted to embrace Latino culture. So that meant that when you came to Border X, you would hear music in Espanol, whether it's rock en Espanol or reggae en Espanol. So we're already saying something with the music selection.
Yeah.
The artwork, also inspired by local Latino Chicano artists. There's none here, but at Border X, it was a big deal. We would host art shows. We would make a big deal of Dia de los Muertos, Independence Day. We even created our own events that became very famous. One was called ChicanoCon, which happened when Comic-Con was happening.
Okay. Which is right down the road here.
Yes.
It's actually a little bit north of us, right?
Just maybe a mile away.
Yeah.
And the awesome thing, let me tell you, we got so much spillover. I think you might have heard of Guillermo del Toro, the director.
Yeah.
He came over and hung out with us.
Right here.
Over at Border X Brewing. We also had John Leguizamo.
Okay.
And just a whole bunch of Latino comic book artists.
Yeah.
And I think that's ultimately the value proposition of Border X Brewing was we're serving our Latino customer in a way that they want to be served.
Okay.
And I think that resonates with not just everyday, customers, but also celebrities. They really appreciated the experience.
Yeah, well, that is it's something new for me. My grandfather was from Zacatecas, and my grandmother was from Seattle, Washington, or the Washington area. She was Native American. So I grew up in LA, and the thing about it is I grew up in a Jewish neighborhood, so I was kind of insulated from my culture. And I mean, even now, like when I go back home, it's like it's not even very. But my father would speaking Spanish was not something we did at home. It's a long story. I mean, it's a long mixed up story, but it was we got very insulated from it. And when I came to San Diego, I really started to feel a lot more of that. And I think in many ways, I've kind of looked for a connection to that. And even now, when I go out in town, I'm not exactly the most Latino person in the room, but I do appreciate the music. I do appreciate the food, and to see that this is kind of that combination, that representation of all of it here in one spot. It's pretty cool.
Well, that's the magic formula. Like a lot of Latinos, I've got a graduate degree. I work in a high-tech company. And for over 20 years, I lived in my own little bubble, just like you did in your neighborhood. Yeah. And when I came to Barrio Logan to serve our beer, I found a beautiful, artistic community that was embracing their culture and expressing it in unique and creative ways. And it touched something in me. I felt something, that I wasn't getting at my job. It was some connection to my history, my experiences growing up, my family, and it felt really cool. And I think I infused that into Border X Brewing. But the thing about Mujeres, interesting enough, is a child of Border X Brewing. So back in 2018, we did a deep research, and we found that over 60% of our clientele were women.
Okay.
And so my wife at that time said, hey, could we do something for women specifically? And so we created Mujeres Brew Club, which was a club. So a lot of people don't believe women like craft beer. Mm-hmm. And that's not true. It's just like people didn't think Latinos would like craft beer. Not true. They just want to be served in a way where they're appreciated.
And have it be crafted to their liking, their palate,
correct,
their taste. Okay.
And that was the whole idea behind Mujeres Brew House after we did the club. And by the way, the club blew up.
It blew up.
It blew up.
Yeah.
So we thought maybe 20 people would join the club. We had over 60 people sign up for a 6-month program to learn more about beer and come together. And at the end of it, they brewed their own beer. It was so overwhelming that when the opportunity came to buy this brewery we're in right now, we jumped at it.
So tell me more about the club. How did that work? What was the...
So the club was originally designed as a realization that women were our key demographic, which for a brewery, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, when I think of places, like someone going to sit at a bar, I don't think of ladies drinking a lot of beer. It's always like a cocktail or some kind of margarita, blended drink of some kind. I don't see a lot. My wife, we go out to dinner a lot, and she's always having a glass of wine or. She likes kombucha. Mm-hmm. I saw you do a kombucha.
Yep.
In fact, GT's kombucha, I got turned on to that about, I don't know whenever it started, a long time ago, 15 years ago or something.
Yeah.
But, I got turned on to GT's, and I started making my own kombucha at home, attempting, and never worked out for me. Nor did sourdough. I don't know why. I could never do a good sourdough. I did all of it right. Never came out. So my wife, she's always drinking some kind of drink that's not beer. But what's really weird? When we eat Mexican food, it's always beer.
Yeah,
it's always beer. Or on a hot day, no one's a beer. It's not. Hey, we drink champagne. We drink we drink wine of all kinds. We drink mixed drinks. But a cold beer, ain't nothing like it. And the other day we were actually working out in the yard at the house. It was really hot, sweaty, getting dirty. And my wife turned to me and says, Is there any beer? I'm like, yeah, there's a few beers. So she wanted a beer.
Yeah.
So now I have to have her come down here and try all of yours now.
I think she would love it.
Okay.
You know, I think there's a recognition that our palates are informed by our experiences growing up. And that's kind of the basis of the Border X Brewing as well as Mujeres Brew House is we didn't want to follow the trend. Like the trend when we first started was IPA, triple IPA, milkshake IPA.
Yeah.
We like skipped all that. We said, no. Latinos have their own palate. Because when they were kids, they were breaking open piñatas and eating chile-covered mango candies.
Tamarindo.
Right? Tamarindo, chile, all of that stuff.
Well, even you go to they go to what's it called? Fridas.
Yeah.
All the aguas, you know.
Yeah, or the agua fresca.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And if you could if you could kind of merge some of those flavors into beer, oh man, a watermelon beer. Oh,
Ooh, that's
sounds
one that we
interesting.
haven't tried. We've done tepache.
Yeah.
We've done, of course, abuelita's chocolate, pepino.
Yeah, the pepino one sounds good.
We even made a prickly pear, saison, I believe.
And you had that horchata.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
you know, I think there's something to be said that people's palates. We don't have to force people to like something just because everyone else likes it.
Yeah.
We need to create something that people want. And Latino palate, and now with Mujeres, the female palate. So ultimately, Mujeres is an experiment in what the female palate could be. And we've learned so much. So
I imagine. Is the kombucha on pace with the beer? Or
no,
is it?
the beer is definitely number one. But let me give you the scoop.
Yeah, go ahead.
So this is crazy. So some of the stuff you might have predicted, like would women prefer lighter beers? Yes, they do. They appreciate a lighter beer.
Okay.
They're not in it for the big triple IPA, super
Right.
bitter, you know.
Too heavy.
All that too heavy. They're not into porters.
Oh no, I'm not into porters.
So they like the lighter beers. They've liked, the fruit forward beers. So we
Yeah.
have a few beers that we've added fruit to kind of give it a whole different perspective.
What's the big one? I mean, what's your best seller to the ladies?
Here's the punchline. What has sold most is what are called beer cocktails.
Okay.
And you could say, well, wait a second, what is that? Well, our top selling beer before we did beer cocktails was micheladas. You know what a michelada is.
Yeah.
And,
Chile and tomato.
we caught so much crap from the industry, 5-6 years ago, because we were making craft micheladas at Border X and at Mujeres. And now guess what? Almost every brewery is making micheladas.
Yeah.
Because they thought we weren't being purists, we blah, blah, blah. And again, we don't care. You need to meet the customer where they are, where their palate is. You can move them a little bit, but you can't take someone who's been drinking Coors or Pacifico and then all of a sudden give them a triple IPA and expect them to enjoy that experience.
This is very much like a concept I told a restaurant one time. I said, you have all these big sandwiches that's going towards the men. The beer's all on draft, and every sandwich that you have on the menu is this big thing.
Yeah.
And your marketing strategy is let's market it to the guys. I'm like, listen, I learned something a long, long time ago. I said, attract the ladies.
Yes.
And the guys will show up behind there because they want to be where the ladies are. So I said, why not make a nice, delicate, delicious sandwich, something maybe health conscious, something pretty, played it well, why not? And I said, if you get the ladies to like it, the guys are going to be there too. So, and it's so rare to me that people get it. They get that mentality. Give the customer, find out what your customer is first. Who's your biggest customer, and then give them what they want. And I think a lot of times it seems like a lot of places are just trying to shoehorn. They're throwing a dart at, well, this is my image. This is what I want to do. I want to produce it. Give the customers what they want, man. You know what I mean? And that's I believe that to be a great strategy.
I 100% agree with you. And, the other thing is some people might go from, Coors to a triple IPA. Everyone's journey is their own.
Yeah.
And you can't just force it on everybody to make this huge leap.
Yeah.
So with Mujeres, yes, light beers, yes, fruit-forward beers, but here's the big punchline. We brewed the strongest seltzer, that you can imagine. It's a 12%.
Oh, boy.
But we don't drink it straight. We use
Okay.
it as a base to make beer cocktails.
Oh, wow. Okay, so it's carbonated.
It's carbonated.
Okay.
It's added. We've created all kinds of different cocktails. So micheladas was the first, and then we started playing with fruits. And right now, half the menu
Yeah.
is that it's called Poderosa, which is this 12%
Yeah.
ABV.
Yeah.
And we use it as a base, and women love it. And, kind of makes sense. They don't want to drink 3 or 4 pints,
Yeah.
but they still want to enjoy, catching a little bit of happiness.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my wife's, she's a health conscious person, slim, works out a lot, and she's taken to drinking Perrier and the other one. What was that other?
Topo Chico?
Yeah, she did for a
Pellegrino?
while. She did for a while.
Yeah.
But then she'd heard some bad news about that.
Oh.
So she moved on to what's the other one? Pellegrino. But it's Pellegrino or Perrier. So, but the idea, she wants to stay fit, not a lot of calories. She wants to taste good, and what she likes to do with hers is do something at home.
Yeah.
She ice, Perrier, juice, or whatever,
Yeah.
or even if we have margarita, she'll do a skinny margarita with
Yeah.
the Perrier. So I think that's brilliant what you're talking about.
And the funny thing is the same thing happened. A lot of the industry looked at us and said, "Oh, look at them. They're not being purists." And then guess what? All the biggest breweries started making beer cocktails.
They always do. They always do. They always tell you. They always tell you no first. I think sometimes it's to dissuade you from being successful. Hey, don't buy crypto. Don't buy Bitcoin. No. Don't do that. Oh, Bitcoin is going down. Wait a second. We're all buying Bitcoin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Great. Good idea. I do. I believe that I think they see somebody with a little kernel of an idea, and then they try and rub it out.
Yeah.
And then they try and bring it back on their own.
Yeah.
That's always the way they do it. So great.
So we've never concerned ourselves with the opinions of others.
Yeah, you can't.
The only opinion we care about is our customers, and if they like it, then it's right.
You sound like a maverick, man. I think that if you listen to all those people that don't have your best interest at heart, you will fail.
Yeah.
And so to have that courage and the foresight to continue, that it's hard, man. It's hard. It's hard for me too. To do this. By all degree at this point, it's don't do it. It's done. You should do it. Stop. But I love to do it, and I want to make it better.
Yeah.
So I imagine you in the same boat. You want to make it better, make it appeal to more people, and just generally produce a good product.
That's the key.
So that's it. I think if you produce a good product, they'll come.
Yeah.
They'll come. It's just I've learned a lot from this. Consistency. You got to be a little crazy too. I mean, in all fairness, you got to be a little crazy to have a business in California today. Yeah, and then to be creative on top of that, to create something original, and you got to be strong, man. So yeah. I hear it. That's fantastic.
And what's funny though? What gave us our inspiration and courage is that movie. What was it? The rat that helped the chef.
Ratatouille. Yeah.
So you remember the climax scene with the food critic, right?
Yeah.
The only thing he had left was zucchini, tomatoes, onions, and he made ratatouille. And the critiquer was eating it, and I remember it took him to his childhood.
Right.
And that told me something about, at least from a movie and what I believe as a business person, is that you need to connect to the neurons that we created as we were growing up, And so that's what kind of gave us confidence that, look, as long as we're looking to our palate, our national palate, and bringing people experiences, they will react to it, and they have.
That's brilliant. That's awesome. So tell me go through some of your beers, man. Tell me some about like the various ones. I was looking online. I didn't see many like places where I could buy it. I want to find out where to buy them. Mm-hmm. And I love some of the packaging. The cans looked really great. Unique. I don't think I've ever seen some of the what do they call those, growlers? Or was there one? There's one that was like something verde.
Crowlers. Yeah. So they're cans.
Yeah.
Growlers are the glass ones.
Yeah. Crowlers. Okay. Yeah, I've never seen those before.
Yeah.
And I was working at a liquor store, so that tells you something. So tell me about that. Is it Casa Verde? The one, what's the...
Yeah,
the,
Casa Verde
yeah.
was one of our first original beers. I believe it was we don't currently brew it, but it was an IPA, I believe, that was really good.
I like the can. That's why That's why I remember.
And you know why it's Casa Verde? The taproom manager at that time grew up in Barrio Logan.
Okay.
Down the street in a greenhouse.
Okay.
So it was literally the Casa Verde was the house she grew up in.
Okay.
And so it's just our part of a little homage to the community and to the taproom manager and letting people know that we're, for the neighborhood, by the neighborhood.
Yeah, yeah. Can you tell me something about the ones you're brewing right now?
Yeah, so we still brew Pepino Sour.
Okay.
Which we don't use concentrate or artificial flavors. We literally peel and juice, slow juice. You can't use a fast juicer because temperature. And slow juice probably 1,000 cucumbers, which doesn't sound a lot until you see how many boxes that is.
Yeah.
And we have our team right here in the brewery peeling and juicing at the same time. So we use, it's a Berliner Weiss, so it's already a soured beer, but we add the fresh cucumber juice. We also juice key limes and also add both the key limes and the cucumber juice in the cold stage of the brewing process.
I'm a pickler, and I'm a cucumber person. I have to know the cucumber. I have a particular cucumber I like. What kind do you use for your beer? Can you say?
That's a great question.
Okay.
I don't know the exact type. It's locally produced cucumber, so we locally source. We don't do the Persians or the thin ones or the small skinny
English
ones.
cucumber,
It's more of the standard kind of little bit bumpy surface.
Yeah. The thick
But
skin?
what we found out is early in the season, like springtime, they come out really juicy and fresh.
Yeah.
In the summertime, when they grow too quickly, you lose a lot of that flavor because they become a little bit bigger and spongier.
The water. It's the water that you get
so
diluted.
we lose a lot of the flavor.
Yeah.
We don't make it. If we can't source the right ingredients, we don't make the beer.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
So you have that one. You have, is there anything else? That's going on?
Yeah, we have, in April, we always do a local strawberry sour called Popeye.
Okay.
It's for a character from Mexico, a little girl with a little kind of strawberry dress, Mexican strawberry shortcake.
Okay, yeah, okay.
And but no, same thing. We get fresh strawberries out here from the Carlsbad fields.
Okay.
We add it to a soured base, and it's just a phenomenal beer. That's a very limited run. We make 1 or 2 batches only if we can get the ingredients locally.
Do you do anything in the fall, like right now?
In the fall, no. We haven't quite found. We're not doing the pumpkin spice latte or anything like that yet.
How about a winter brew?
We would like to make a winter brew.
Yeah. My favorite one so far that I've ever had in my life is the Samuel Smith's Winter Welcome.
Wow.
Yeah. It comes in a pint bottle. It's about $5.50 a bottle.
Yeah.
It's kind of an amber color, and it's just maybe I've told this story before, but I bought a house in Oceanside in 2001. And the agent I was working with, he owned a place called Q's in Encinitas, billiard hall. I used to go there a lot. And we became friends. And every time I'd go, he said, "Hey, you want to try this thing? Want to try this?" Yeah. He says, "Try this beer." Oh, okay. So I tried the Samuel Smith's Winter Welcome. And I just fell in love. It was just the size. It was the full flavoredness of it. It was so perfect for a hot day. So I bought the house, and we closed, got the keys, and he'd been telling me the whole time before we were closing. He's saying, whenever I do I sell a house, I always do something for the buyer. I had a Latino family last month, blah blah blah, and I had a taco truck. I had a taco thing come for their house, and the first night had a nice party, blah blah blah. I was like, "Yeah, really?" He says, "Yeah, I don't know." He says, "What do you want?" I said, "I don't know." So I get the keys. We go into the house. It's dark. I go into there's one old funky refrigerator in the kitchen. I open the door, and I swear to God, I wish I had a picture of this. He had taken maybe 3 or 4 cases of this beer and filled this ugly refrigerator full, top to bottom, of these pint bottles, and it was the Samuel Smith's for Winter Welcome. And even to this day, every time the winter comes, I get a hankering. So yeah, that would be awesome to have a winter beer, man.
Yeah.
Any idea what you'd do if you were gonna?
You know,
Just the myriad of beers that are out there.
there's so many great brew styles. The one that keeps coming back to me wasn't even a beer. So in Europe, and I've traveled through Europe, there's a lot of, when it's really cold, there's something called mulled wine.
Yes.
Which just captured my attention.
Yeah.
It was delicious, on a cold day.
Yeah.
Of course, it's served warm. I don't know if we can serve a beer warm, but I do love the whole idea of, like you said, spices and different ingredients, and we just haven't had time.
I think as far as touching a connection to the seasons, like you're saying, Halloween will conjure, those musky pumpkins and all that umami, and then there'll be those the cinnamon, the nutmeg, blah blah blah, all those pumpkin spices, and then of course Thanksgiving's coming, and what's more common than that? Mashed potatoes, butter, all that turkey, those big heavy foods. Oh, what kind of beer would be nice to cut through all the fat? You kind of need some high ABV, and it would have to be something
a porter or a stout or...
you know what? What about a Hefeweizen?
Hefeweizen might be interesting. That's a traditional kind of fall, October kind of beer.
Something with citrus in it, a little citrus.
Yeah. Oh, that would be bomb.
Yeah. Like I don't remember that one they used to sell where they used to put that orange wedge in it. I really liked that one.
That was a Hefeweizen.
Yeah. Delicious. Yeah. Hefeweizen.
Yeah.
With a little bit of a pumpkin spice in it. Or not a pumpkin spice, but you know what I'm saying. Fall spices. Yeah. That would be cool. Yeah. So, so as far as Mujeres, what's the next? I mean, I was looking online. Are they in the stores? Can you go into the store and get the beer?
Funny enough, we're sitting here right now in our brewery.
Yeah.
We have a 5-barrel brew house and we have 10-barrel fermenters. And, to be honest, this level of production is almost what I'd call like a nano brewery or a boutique brewery.
Okay.
So the direction we want to head in is small batch, trying to optimize the profit margin. So we're not doing too much distribution.
Okay. So it's available here mostly here?
Yeah, mostly here. Okay. We did do a few deals with a couple of liquor stores, but no, we're keeping it mostly local. We're kind of seeing our small system. As you can see, it's state of the art.
Yeah.
Like, this is like super dope.
Yeah.
There's nothing, we didn't cut any corners on this small kind of, but it's like an R&D brew house. So instead of like lamenting that it can't make 20, 30 barrels at a time,
right,
we're celebrating the fact that we can be experimental.
Yum.
We can do small batches, and maybe we can just do seasonals that are only around for a short period of time, and people love it and they look forward to it when it comes back.
The ultimate boutique style craft beer artistry is what it is. Okay. Well, I don't want to say too much then, because I want to say, well, you got to drive all the way to Barrio Logan for sure. I'm dying to try some of them now. What's the one should I try? What's the first one I should try? If I come in like right now, today it's sunny and a little warm. What would be the ultimate beer in your?
I am in love with Lulu, which is our latest IPA. It's a West Coast style IPA. It's low on bitterness, high on kind of the fruit and citrusy notes, and everyone's loving on that beer right now.
Okay.
So that would be my top choice.
Okay. And how about when I bring the wife down?
Yeah.
What should she have? knowing that she likes, her favorite thing is a margarita from, she has a place a margarita with tamarindo and what's that stuff called, tajin.
Yep.
And she doesn't like it blended, likes it on the rocks, and likes that carbonated soda water jam. What else she likes? What else she like? That's wines. She likes wines. She has a big wine.
I think she would love the Paloma.
Oh, well, that's okay. Yeah. Well, it's funny because that's another drink that we would common drink in the 90s. First time I ever had one was in León, Guanajuato, and we went to some nightclub, and we're sitting on a tiered kind of jam, and the bartender or the waitress comes over, and the guy says, "Just bring us a bottle," and they brought 2 bottles of gasoline. It was what's that one? Cazadores,
yeah.
And they brought that. They brought ice and lime and squirt soda.
Yeah.
Oh well, we drink them. We would drink them like drinking like fish. We just couldn't keep enough of it in the house. Oh man, yeah, no, she would love a paloma.
And we rim it with tajin and the chile and the lime and.
So it's a paloma beer.
Yeah, it's a paloma seltzer. Actually,
okay.
It's the 12% ABV one. So when you cut it with a little bit of citrus mix and other ingredients, ice because it is on the rocks.
Yeah.
It's just a perfect blend. And, one of my customers just today was like, I love this Paloma. It's my favorite.
Okay, we'll have to try one of those now, too. I have a long way to go home now. So, look, man, is there anything else you want to talk about, brother? Tell me, is there happenings here? Tell me, is there events happening?
If you follow Mujeres Brew House on Instagram, you will see that every month she has got stuff going on just about almost every day of the week. We celebrate big events like Dia de los Muertos. We're gearing up to do posadas for Christmas.
Yeah.
And we really are trying to decorate the beer garden in such a way that you really feel like you're kind of transported. I think that's what people are looking for is there's so much great beer across San Diego. You know that. Yeah, that in order to stand out and really you have to create a total experience. It's the food, it's the drink, it's the ambiance. And if you're not delivering on the ambiance, it's going to be tough.
Ambiance is so important. I when I tell people, I've said the word ambiance to a lot of people, and they go, "Oh, well, you're one of those." Well, look, here's the reality. You're going to be in a place. You're going to be sitting there for a while. You want them to stay as long as they can to absorb as much of the beer as they can get. You want to have nice food. You want to have nice service. You want to have good drinks of all different kinds. Good music, good entertainment if you have it, and it's key to me. And most people tell me, well, whatever. Well, I used to be one of those people that accused me of being some sort of a hoity-toity, nose in the air kind of guy. I'm not. I'm the most down to earth kind of guy that loves quality. I don't care where it comes from. If it's on the street corner or if it's in a fancy restaurant, as long as it's someone's doing something from the heart and they're doing something with care and they really love doing it, it comes out. It comes out in the product.
100%. Like when I go to street food stands, you can see it. If someone really believes in what they do, like there's a fish soup place I go to in Tijuana.
Yeah.
She does nothing but 2 cazuelas of soup, fish soup, and that's it. Well, it's clean and it's organized, and that's all they do.
That's love awesome. That's all. You know what? I used to love. I haven't been to Tijuana or to where I used to love to go to Puerto Nuevo, back in the 98, 99, 2000. Oh man, go get those lobsters. I don't even know if they have it anymore, but I remember
they still do.
I remember driving down towards TJ. And there would be a guy, a little, young guy, with a flyer, and the flyer would say $8.95, 2 tails, tortillas, beans and rice, and salsa and guacamole. And I'm like, for $8.95, I can't get there fast enough. But yeah, I don't care where the food comes from. If it's amazing, you cannot argue with amazing. So I love amazing, whatever that is.
Agreed.
So,
and by the way, the place to go to at Puerto Nuevo is Estrada's. It's the original family. They were a fishing family that used to bring up the lobster from the sea. There's a little route.
Yeah.
And they just converted their living room into a restaurant, and big flour tortillas, refried beans, and 2 lobster tails thermidor.
Yeah.
Cooked to perfection. That to me is heaven.
Do you know what it costs now?
It has gone up, but it's still like 20 or $30.
That's still great.
It's not bad at all.
I used to go to this place called El Patio, and it was on a patio up on the 2nd story, and the whole patio was full of multicolored umbrellas, red, blue, yellow, green, and it was just it was so much fun. I would love to go again. I just haven't gone for whatever reason. My kids were born, and then I just didn't get down there much. So.
Oh, one day. It's still there. It's still worth the trip.
Okay. So, look, brother, thank you for being on the show. Is there anything else we should tell the people? Tell the people about coming here. I know you have the brewery's small, and you want to have people come here. What can they expect when they come down here?
Look, you can expect an authentic Latina experience. You can expect a really colorful and beautiful tap room that is trying to express our culture. You can expect creative beers that you won't find anywhere else. And the other thing is, we're just the tip of the iceberg. We are in a very historic community. There's Logan Avenue, which is just on the other side of Chicano Park, that you can come and spend a day just checking out all the very creative businesses on the block. So this isn't just a one-stop and go. This is kind of spend half a day, explore the community, get a feeling for what an authentic San Diego experience feels like.
And you really are a stone's throw from downtown.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 2-3 football fields. It feels like it's that far. I can almost see the buildings very close from here.
Oh, it's very close, maybe a mile.
So if you're in downtown and you need something special, some taste of Mexico, it's right here. It's right here. You could throw a rock and find it. Is there anything else we should talk about, brother?
That is it, my friend. Well,
look, man, thank you so much for having me. I look forward to trying some of the wares and the tasty, delicious beers. If you're in this part of the town, man, you can't miss by coming down here. Again, why don't we give them the address? It's Mujeres Brew House, and the address?
1983 Julian Avenue, San Diego, California, 92113.
And you're on the corner. I understand you also have a parking lot in the back.
Yeah, we've got a parking lot. We've got we're connected to an art complex, so oftentimes there'll be art shows going on at the same time. So there's plenty of parking, great community, and another point of reference, we're right across from the Coronado Bridge.
Oh,
so
okay.
Where it lands on the mainland side, we're just on the other side of the freeway.
Okay, yeah. Okay, fantastic. All right, thanks again. Come down here and check it out. You can't miss. Thank you for listening. Have a great evening. Be nice to each other. We'll talk to you soon.